There's a spring in the mountain and it flows down to the town.
From NPR Music and West Virginia Public Broadcasting, welcome to a special edition of Mountain Stage with your host, Kathy Mattea. Major funding is provided by Bailey Glasser and by the West Virginia Department of Tourism.
There's a song in my heart, just a simple little tune. But the rhythm and the melody won't leave me alone. Around the world it's just a simple song. This world is turning round, simple song. Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Mountain Stage that we're calling Funny You Should Sing That. We've dug into the archive to compile some of our favorite songs that will no doubt get your wheels spinning, give you some added perspective, and hopefully we'll all get a smile or two out of the deal. Next hour, we'll hear You Can't Be Serious featuring Cracker, Livingston Taylor, Molly O'Brien and Rich Moore, Les Barker, and others. We'll also hear a thread we've titled There's No Business Like Funny Business, with some industry tales about the crazy thing we call the music business from Jeff Daniels, Pat Donahue, Kenny White, Hayes Carl, Keller and the Keels, and Steve Poltz. And still to come in this hour, a segment tackling a variety of relationships and all that situational awkwardness that comes with them. We're calling it Love is No Laughing Matter. But to start, a set of tunes covering topics to avoid at a family gathering. We'll hear from San Francisco rocker Chuck Prophet, the incomparable Nellie McKay, and Todd Snider, who we struggled not to include in every segment of this show. No one has more experience in this department than Loudon Wainwright III. We have a well-researched theoretical musing on the impact of pesticides from Susan Werner, and we'll hear a thoughtful, insightful, and side-splitting story from Julia Sweeney, yes, she of SNL fame, about, quote, the talk all parents inevitably have to have with their children. About Santa Claus, of course. But first, we hear a unique spin on American history as only this man can do it. Here's Randy Newman.
No one likes us. I don't know why. We may not be perfect, but heaven knows we try. But all around, even our old friends put us down. Let's drop the big one and see what happens. We give them money, but are they grateful? No, they're spiteful and they're hateful. They don't respect us, so let's surprise them. We'll drop the big one and pulverize them. Asia's crowded and Europe's too old. Africa's far too hot and Canada's too cold. And South America stole our name. Let's drop the big one. There'll be no one left to blame us. We'll save Australia. Don't want to hurt no kangaroo. We'll build an all-American amusement park there. They got surfing too. Boom goes London and boom Paris. More room for you and more room for me. In every city, the whole world round will just be another American town. Oh, how peaceful it will be. We'll set everybody free. You wear a Japanese kimono, babe, it'll be Italian shoes for me. They all hate us anyhow. So let's drop the big one now. Let's drop the big one now. Thank y'all very much. I enjoyed it.
And people have asked me why my home state of Iowa was so far ahead of the curve on legalizing same-sex marriage. Here is my theory. skies of blue and fields of green, water full of atrazine, 100 acres to explore, acres full of alachlor. Hey, hey, ho, ho, Mom and Dad, how could they know? Ho, ho, hey, hey, herbicides done made me gay. When I was a tiny tot, 2,4-D and paraquat, seep beneath my prairie home, fractured my X chromosome. Hey, hey, my, all these years I wondered why. My, hey, hey, herbicides done made me gay. If your well is full of glyphosate, then the chance is good, the chance is great, that you'll much prefer a same-sex mate. It's true from Maine to California. Listen, people, let me warn ya. Think before you spray those weeds. Think exactly where that leads. Generations just like me, watching endless hours of glee. Hey, hey, dang, dang, singing along with Katie Lang. Dang, dang, hey, hey, herbicides done made me gay. Thank you, everybody. Think global, eat local.
Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about my daughter. I have a daughter who's 13 now, and I adopted her as a single mom from China when she was about a year and a half old, and her name is Mulan. I did not name her Mulan. She came with that name. And right before I adopted her, I went through this whole philosophical sort of change of life, and the bottom line was I felt it was absolutely necessary that you should never lie to your kid under any circumstances. Most of my thing had to do with religion, but it was even bigger than that. I felt I just felt like you could never lie to a kid. And so I brought Mulan into my life. We made this family. And then Christmas came along. And even though I loved the idea of Santa Claus and I've always enjoyed Christmas, when it came to actually looking into the eyes of an innocent child and telling her this outrageous story about Santa Claus, I couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to do it. So the first year she was 2 years old, and that was easy because she was so much of a baby. And then when she was 3, she wasn't in school yet, and the image of Santa Claus was just like art in the background. But then when she was 4, I had changed my mind, and I decided that I was preventing her from enjoying this fabulous experience of the myths of our culture, and what kind of person was I to prevent, to not allow her to do this. So I thought, I am going to tell her about Santa Claus. But I couldn't figure out exactly how to bring it up. And even by 4, she had some critical thinking skills. And so finally I put it off, and it was Christmas Eve. It was just the 2 of us in Los Angeles. And we had the tree up, and I had kind of hidden the presents away. And I said, hey, Mulan, I need to tell you something. There's this man, and he's been watching you. And she said, what? And I said, yeah, he's been watching you, and he's been observing your behavior, which, in my opinion, has been pretty good, I think. But based on that, he's going to come into our house tonight while we're sleeping and leave presents for you based on your behavior. And she said, what? How can he get in the house? And I said, oh, he has a funny way of coming in. he has a sleigh and these reindeer, and they go up to the roof, and he comes down the chimney. And she said, well, how could that even happen? And I said, well, it's magic. It's just his way. And she said, well, if he's magic, why doesn't he just come in the front door? And I said, that is a really good question. So she said, okay, but I'm not sleeping alone tonight. I'm sleeping with you, which was her big thing. She always wanted to sleep with me. So I was like, okay. So we go to bed. She's like really nervous. Every time we hear a little sound, she's like, maybe that's him. And in the morning when she's asleep, I get up, I put a bunch of presents under the tree, and I came in and I said, Mulan, I think someone's been in the house overnight. And she sat up, and like she was Carrie at the end of Carrie, she screamed like, it was terrible. It was a horrendous, horrible. Okay, then 2 years later, she loses a tooth. So she has her little tooth, and I go, oh, hey, there's a lady who wants kids' teeth. And if you put your tooth under your pillow while you're sleeping, she'll come in your room at night and take it and leave you money. And she's like, what? And I said, yeah. And she goes, well, what does she want them for? And I said, I don't know. She just wants them and she's willing to pay for them. So she goes, and then she goes like, how much? And I was like, I don't know, 50 cents? I'm trying to remember. She's like, no. I'm like, $1, $2? So then she goes, well, how does she get in my room? And I go, well, she's really small. She kind of flies. She flies around. She's like a wasp? And of course, the comedian in me had to say, no, I actually think she's Catholic. And so she goes, I'm putting my tooth under the pillow, but I'm not sleeping in my room tonight. I'm sleeping with you. So it was horrible and traumatic. Okay, so then she lost a few teeth, and I didn't know what to do with the teeth. I felt weird throwing them out. What do you do with them? Do you throw them away? I thought we'd save them and make like buttons for a doll's dress or something out of them later. So I had them in a little snack baggie. So I put them in the bottom drawer in the bathroom. So when she's about 7, I'm reading the paper in the living room in the recliner. She comes in and she says, she has it behind her back. She goes, Mom, what is this? And I felt like I was on the witness stand, and I said, that appears to be a snack baggie with what seems to be some children's teeth in it. And she said, are you the tooth fairy? And I said, yes. Not everyone's tooth fairy, but I am your tooth fairy. And she said, are you Santa Claus? And I said, yes, but don't tell the other kids at school. Everybody's so into it. So in the end, what I really hope is that I've created this healthy skeptic, or I have ruined her entire childhood.
Thank you.
I need a family vacation. I mean a family vacation alone. I'm gonna pack up the car, load up the bike and the kayak, leave the family at home. A vacation away from the family. A vacation away from the fray. When it comes to your so-called loved ones, sometimes you got to get away. Maybe I'll go to the mountains, or else I'll get down to the shore. Yeah, and I guess there's a chance I might miss my people, but right now I can't stand them no more. When I'm barbecuing there on my Weber, I might be focused on my family. Then I'll throw down some hot dogs, burgers, and some chicken, and I'll burn them all in effigy. Oh, oh. When I get back from my family vacation, tanned and relaxed will be the shape that I'm in. Yeah, I'll be patient and loving, not to mention detached. When I'm dealing with my kid and my kid, we all need a family vacation. You got to keep the mashporka at bay. Tolstoy got it right when he wrote each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way. Oh, oh. I ran away from my parents. I still run away from my kids. As for brother and sister, we're playing Twister. It's a cover-up to keep ourselves hid from each other. I need a family vacation. My family needs a vacation from me. Because your dearest and nearest, they're the most dangerous. They're the ones that make ya crazy. That's right, your nearest and dearest, they're the most dangerous. They're the ones that make you f***ing crazy. Oh. Jean-Paul Sartre said it. Hell is other people. Thank you very much.
Doc Ellis didn't think he was pitching that day back in 1970, when he and his wife took a trip to the ballpark a little bit differently. So by the time that he hit the bullpen, half the world had melted away. That's about the time Coach Murtaugh came and said, Doc, your old pitching today. Taking the mound, the ground turned into the icing on a birthday cake. That leadoff man came up and turned into a dancing rattlesnake. That crowd tracked back and forth in waves of color underneath the sun. That ball turned into a silver bullet, his arm into a gun. I took a look all around the world one time. I finally discovered you can't judge a book. 3 up, 3 down for 3 straight innings in a 0-0 tie. As all them batters' names come ringing from a voice out of the sky, a hallucinating Halloween scenes each new swing of the bat. That sinker looked like it was falling off a table, but nobody was hallucinating that. I took a look all around the world one time, finally discovered you can't judge a book. By the top of the 7th, he was up 1-0 and giving them Padres fits. By the bottom of the 8th, he was up 2-0 and they still hadn't got any hits. With 1 out left to go in the game, the batter looked like a baby child. That birthday cake was shaking, them waves of color was going wild. I took a look all around the world one time, finally discovered you can't judge a book. by the time that he mowed the last man down, he was high as he had ever been. He was laughing to the sound of the world going round, completely unaware of the wind. And while the papers would say he was scattered that day, he was pretty as a picture could be. The day Doc Ellis of the Pittsburgh Pirates threw a no-hitter on LSD. I took a look all around the world one time. I finally discovered you can't judge a book.
Feminists don't have a sense of humor. Feminists just want to be alone. Feminists spread vicious lies and rumor. They have a tumor on their funny bone. They say child molestation isn't funny. Rape and degradation's just a crime.
Ladies.
Rampant prostitution, sex for money.
What's wrong with that?
Can't these chicks do anything but whine? Dance break. They say cheap objectification isn't witty. It's hot. Equal work and wages worth the fight.
Sing us a new one.
On-demand abortion every city.
Okay, but no gun control.
Won't these women ever get a life? Feminists don't have a sense of humor. Poor Hillary. Feminists and vegetarians.
Make mine a Big Mac.
Feminists spread vicious lies and rumors. They're far too sensitive to ever be a hand. That's why these feminists just need to find a man. I'm Dennis Kucinich, and I approve this message.
Jesus was a social drinker. He never drank alone. He never partied at a strip club, keeping his woman up at home, or overstaying his welcome, or threw up in your sink. Nah, Jesus, he was never late to work, man, and he always pulled his weight. Tell me where it hurts, I'll tell you what to feel. Wash me in the water, mama, and I'll wash you in the water. Now Jesus, he was cool. He could take or leave the stuff, and if it got too loose, well, then he knew he'd had enough. Now Jesus, he wasn't Irish. Oh my God, imagine if he was. He might have written poetry in verse and enjoyed a pint of Guinness every day for lunch. Woo! Oh, tell me where it hurts, tell you what to feel. Wash me in the water, mama, and I'll wash you in the water. Come on, take it. Now Jesus, he never had a laptop, a spiral notebook, or even a pen. But he wrote a best-selling novel. Yes, he did, disappeared and was never heard from again. He was an all-round decent dude, but you can bet he had his share of rough nights. And the more I learn about him, well, the more respect I have for the guy. Come on, baby, tell me where it hurts. I'll tell you what to feel. Oh, wash me in the water, mama, and I'll wash you in the water. Hey, hey, hey. Tell me where it hurts, and I'll tell you what to feel. Oh, wash me in the water, mama, and I'll wash you in the water. Woo, woo, all right.
Chuck Prophet, live on Mountain Stage with Jesus Was a Social Drinker. We also heard Mother of Pearl by Nellie McKay, America's Favorite Pastime by Todd Snider, Fam Vake by Loudon Wainwright, Julia Sweeney shared her daughter story, and Susan Werner performed Herbicides from her album Hayseed. And we started that set with Randy Newman's Political Science. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. We hope you'll take a look at our website, mountainstage.org. There you'll find links to our podcast, and you can follow us on just about every form of social media. And of course, we invite you to follow us to our next live show. You can find out where we'll be and get your tickets at mountainstage.org. Our special Funny You Should Sing That continues now with a set we're calling Love Is No Laughing Matter. We'll hear a hilarious plot for revenge from Amy Rigby. Australia's Kate Miller-Heidke has a song about that unexpected friend request that makes you roll your eyes. Suzy, Maggie, and Terry Roche tell us about that sticky area between infatuated young love and pure hatred. We hear a Judy Garland-inspired song from April Smith and the Great Picture Show. Pink Martini's China Forbes spins a tale about the call that never came. Jill Sobule performs an early anthem about being who you are and finding peace with your true self. And we begin with the seemingly bottomless factory of laughs that is Cheryl Wheeler, who begins this segment by squeezing some laughs out of the inevitable discussion of wills with If I Die Before You. Here's Cheryl Wheeler.
I want to recently did our wills, me and my partner Kathleen, and it's something you got to do. We have like 40 acres in Massachusetts, and so that was kind of a boring, sitting there talking to lawyers, and you just at first you think you care, but pretty soon it's like, well, you know what, I'm going to be dead, so I don't really care what. I mean, I don't want to say, yeah, it's a nice house and all, but I'm going to be dead. But I didn't. But except for the guitars, I did care a lot that they got good homes. But one phrase that got bandied about quite a bit in that meeting that went on for like 20 minutes. Oh my God. One phrase that got bandied about a good bit was, if I die before you. Well, if I die before you. Well, if I die before you. So this is a song called If I Die Before You. If I die before you, I don't care what you do with the biology that used to be me, though I hope they don't sap me for morbid display, and I hope that you're happy, but not right away. The stuff in my closet, just jettison. All the pants are too short, the shoes are too small, the shirts are too big. What can I say? Time, sloth, and cannabis made me that way. Hey, 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 hey. Treat the guitars like the treasures they are. They still have secrets to tell. They may not know why I had to go, and they've always been loved very well. And if I die before you, it might not be all bad. You can turn down the heat, you can turn up the ads, you can reset the toaster to maximum roast, and then butter the cinders you like to call toast. Oh, oh, oh. I will send you a message if ever I can, just to tell you I'm fine and it's not quite the end, or I might not be able. I might just be dead, or it might really be hot as they say. Oh, oh, oh. Thank you.
Jenny came over and told me about Fred. He's such a hairy behemoth, she said. Dumb as a box of hammers, but he's such a handsome guy. And I opened up and I told her about Larry, and yesterday how he asked me to marry. Not giving him an answer yet, I think I can do better. And we laughed, compared notes. We had a drink, we had a smoke. She took off her overcoat. I kissed a girl. Kissed a girl. She called home to say she'd be late. He said he worried, but now he feels safe. I'm glad you're with your girlfriend. Tell her hi for me. Then I looked at you, you had guilt in your eyes, but it only lasted a little while. Then I felt your hand above my knee, and we laughed at the world. They can have their diamonds and we'll have our pearls. I kissed a girl, kissed a girl. Well, I kissed a girl, her lips were sweet. She was just like kissing me. Kissed a girl won't change the world, but I'm so glad I kissed a girl. Kissed a girl. And we laughed at the world. They can have their diamonds and we'll have our pearls. I kissed a girl for the first time. I kissed a girl and I may do it again. Well, I kissed a girl, her lips were sweet. She was just like kissing me, but better. I kissed a girl. Well, I kissed a girl, won't change the world, but I'm so glad I kissed the girl. I kissed a girl.
This is a song about a boy I met at a party who asked me for my phone number and then never called me. So I waited about 6 days and then I wrote this song.
That chick you danced with 2 times through the Rufus album Friday night at that party on Avenue A, where your skinhead friend passed out for several hours on the bathroom floor, and you told me you weren't that drunk and that I was your favorite salsa dancer you had ever come across in New York City. Eugene, I said hello. Eugene, are you there? Eugene. Hey Eugene, then we kissed. Once we lugged your friend into the elevator and went to write my number on a soggy paper towel, and the car went down. And when we were finished making out, we noticed that your skinhead friend was gone, long gone. And you looked into my bloodshot eyes and said, is it too soon if I call you Sunday? Eugene, Eugene, Eugene. I said hello. Eugene, are you there?
Channel little Judy Garland here. Do you ever wonder if I'm dreaming of you in the night at my window by the light of the moon? If you ever wonder if I'm dreaming of you, well, I'm not, so you can stop wondering. Do you ever wonder if I'm thinking of you when I wake in the morning and the day is new? If you ever wonder if I'm thinking of you, well, I'm not, so you can stop wondering. 'Cause I've got better things to do than sit around thinking all about you and hanging on to every little word that you said. I've got plenty to keep me busy without you running round in my head. So if you ever wonder if I'm dreaming of you in the night at my window by the light of the moon, if you ever wonder if I'm dreaming of you, please. I've got better things to
This next one is a love song, but it's sort of, well, it's after the romantic part of the thing has sort of fizzled out into nothingness, but it's before, like, the real hatred sets in.
One season I was born, fell down like an acorn. I am the only tree, and everybody leaves. I've got to get away from you. Bud growing up at me, resentful face I see. A harsh light seems to damn you. Is it because I am you? I've got to get away from you. I need to find a love that's true. Loose leaf lay on the bed, hair falling around her head. I watched her from the shore. I can't do any more. I've got to get away from you. I'll come and visit you in the zoo. We go on arguing. No one can say a thing. Set down your key and trumpet. Go have a dream and hump it. I've got to get away from you. what you put me through. Prized fighter with bruised pride, a fuse blew when you tried to fix the worn out wire and set the house on fire. I've got to get away from you. If only for a day or two. You don't know what you put me through. I'll come and visit you in the zoo. I need to find a love that's true. I want to get away with you.
They say everyone should have their heart broken at least once, but that is how you grow emotionally. Well, I have been misused by many, many, many men, but nothing can compare with how you treated me. At times it really felt as though the pain was here to stay, and though it's several years ago, I feel it to this day. And now you wanna be my friend on Facebook. Are you kidding me? Old memories are flooding back to me now. All the ways you stole the light from my eyes. I traveled so far just to get away from you, till this morning's friend request surprise. At times it really felt as though I'd never smile again. You narcissistic, oh, you nasty, nasty man. And now you wanna be my friend on Facebook. Are you kidding? I don't wanna know what kind of cocktail you are, or which member of the Beatles, or which 1950s movie star. I don't give a toss if you're a ninja or a pirate. I suspect you'd be a pirate, but I don't want to verify it. And I don't give a what your stripper name is, or if your kitty had a litter. Look, just follow me on Twitter. I don't care about your family tree, and I certainly don't want you poking me. Again. And so you wanna be my friend on Facebook? Oh, you
ignore.
You say you'd like to kill the man who broke my heart. You don't think he should be allowed to live. You say you want to shoot the dude who screwed me up. Me, I'm trying so hard to forgive. But here's his address, here's his picture, here's the make and model of his car. He works until 4:30, then he hangs out at the topless bar with a girl on each arm. If he should come to harm, just keep it to yourself. Remember how he cheated and he lied to me. You told me that it makes you lose your head. I see they're pouring concrete on Route 33. I don't believe you do those things you said. But here's his address, here's his picture, here's his pager number and his cell. He works out at the health club and he really likes to watch himself flexing in the mirror. If he should disappear, just keep it to yourself. I like the way that you take care of me. I like the way you say that you'll take care of things. Ba, 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 ba. So here's his address, here's his picture, here's the make and model of his car. He works until 4:30, then he hangs out at the topless bar with a girl on each arm. If he should buy the farm, just keep it to yourself. Just keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
Amy Rigby capping off our Love is No Laughing Matter segment with Keep It to Yourself. Kate Miller Heidke before that with Are You Kidding Me? The Roches with One Season, and April Smith and the Great Picture Show performed Stop Wondering. Before that, we heard Pink Martini's Hey Eugene, Jill Sobule's I Kissed a Girl, and we started off with Cheryl Wheeler's If I Die Before You. We'd like to say a special hello to you right now if you're listening over WOUZ in Zanesville, Ohio, and WNAN in Nantucket, Massachusetts. We're glad to have you listening, and we hope you can join us next week as we get back to serious business from the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., featuring David Bromberg, Peter Rowan, Larry Campbell and Teresa Williams, the High Hawks, and Nora Brown with Stephanie Coleman. This is Kathy Mattea, and you're listening to a special episode of Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. Mountain Stage is supported in part by this station and by West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hotel accommodations for Mountain Stage guests are provided by the Charleston, West Virginia Marriott Town Center Hotel, centrally located for the business and pleasure traveler in downtown Charleston's retail district. This is Mountain Stage from NPR. Welcome back to the second half of Funny You Should Sing That, our sideways glance at our archives to highlight some of the lighter fare from our 4-decade history. Later, we'll hear a segment titled You Can't Be Serious, with songs by Cracker, Les Barker, Livingston Taylor, the Sweetback Sisters, Kate Vargas, and others. But we're going to start our second half with a segment we're calling There's No Business Like Funny Business. Live music is something we take seriously here at Mountain Stage, but never too seriously. So this set takes a ride along the story arc of a singer-songwriter's career, with a glimpse at the strange and captivating world of the music business. The opening song of this set is called Opening Song by actor, comedian, songwriter Jeff Daniels. We'll end with Steve Poltz's Folk Singer, and we get evolutionary stops along the journey from Hayes Carl, Keller and the Keels, Kenny White, and Pat Donahue. Here's Jeff Daniels.
Like to open up my set with a brand new song, little tune I like to call my opening song. This would be the second verse. Thematically speaking, it's the same as the first. To kill some time, think I'm gonna change the chords. Now I'm right back where I used to be before. I gave it all I had, oh, I tried my best. Oh, come up empty, I swung and missed. So here's a little something goes something like this. Oh, here a little something goes something like this. Oh, I got myself some paper and a ballpoint pen. Sat down to write y'all musical gem. A song safe to say I don't mind admitting would have been the best ever wrote had it been written. To kill some time, think I'm gonna change the chords. Now I'm right back where I used to be before. I gave it all I had, oh, I tried my best. Oh, come up empty, I swung and missed. Hit a little something goes something like this. Oh, hit a little something goes something like this. Here comes a fancy part. With a little ingenuity and a lot of ambiguity, I could write a tone you won't forget. My lack of inspiration could be ample motivation, but I can't feel anything motivating yet. It's really a song about absolutely nothing. Well, the song I didn't write would have made your day, taken all your troubles away, soothed your soul, lifted your spirit, none of which can happen because you're never gonna hear it. Kill some time, think I'm gonna change the chords. Now I'm right back where I used to be before. I gave it all I had, oh, I tried my best. Oh, come up empty, I swung and missed. Hit a little something goes something like this. Hit a little something goes something like this. You know, it's not easy being famous. It's a burden I have to bear. I was in New York City not too long ago. Got into a taxi cab. Cab driver looked in the rear view mirror, looked back at me, and he said, "You're him, aren't you?" I said, "That's right." He said, "What's the name of that movie you were in I hated?" True story. Sometimes people will try to challenge my memory. They'll come up to me and ask me about themselves and see if I remember them, like from 1978 or something. Recently I was out with a friend of mine, and this woman comes up to me and she says, "What's my name?" I turned to my friend, I said, "Can you help this woman? She's forgotten her name." True story. I was in a restaurant not too long ago having some soup. Good soup, too. I had a soup spoonful of soup about a half-inch from my lips when this guy walks up next to me and sticks his cell phone in my ear and says, "Hey, say something funny to my girlfriend." So I put down my soup spoonful of soup, took his cell phone, and I said, "I knew your boyfriend when he was gay." True story.
Now here's a song for you about my life and music business. Maybe yours too, I don't know. I'd like to dedicate this to any guitar players that might be out there tonight. I know there's a few backstage here. And also to my dad, God rest his soul, you know, I owe it all to him. I always wanted to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that. He said, "No, son, you hold out for the brass ring of folk guitar playing." And so would you like to play the guitar? Take your money home in a jar from a coffee house or a bar? Or would you rather get a job? Well, a job is the thing that makes you get out of bed and work every day until you're dead. Your back is aching and your brain is numb, and you just can't wait until the weekends come. But if you don't want to starve or beg or rob, you just might have to get a job. Or would you like to play the guitar? Drive for miles and miles in your car and pretend that you're a big star? Or would you rather book the gig? Well, now the agent's the guy who gets his 20%. What he said ain't exactly what he meant. He'll clean you out in ways you never thought, 'cause he's good at business and he knows you're not. And then he'll sue if you finally make it big, 'cause he's the guy that booked the gig. But would you like to play the guitar for a living? Hardy har har. I admit it's kind of bizarre, but would you rather be the wife? Oh well, the wife is the one who has to rescue our butts. She's either a saint or else she's nuts. She gets impatient and she gets annoyed, 'cause she's the one who must remain employed. And by the way, if you want to wreck your life, become a guitar player's wife, 'cause all the monkeys aren't in the zoo. They can be trained to play guitar too. Some do a whole lot better than you. But even if you don't go far, you could be worse off than you are. At least you're playing your guitar.
You sit there all day putting meaning into songs. If you're looking for a hit, you're going about it all wrong. all that psychobabble and mouthfuls of clever. I'll tell you when you'll hit the charts. How about never? Well, I've studied on this, my calculation's true. Here's a little tip that could work for even you. You gotta sing high, then even higher. Gotta look sensitive, mess up your hair, but not like you meant to. Sing things like you're beautiful, and then repeat the line, and then repeat the line, repeat the line. You're not getting any younger, you sure no pretty face. You got like what, maybe a dozen friends on MySpace. You lost all your blue collar credibility. You Google your own name, you get Kenny Rogers or Kenny G. Now the way I see it, you got one choice to make. Right now you're caught between a folk and a hard place. You gotta sing high, then even higher. Gotta look sensitive, mess up your hair, but not like you meant to. Sing things like you're beautiful, and then repeat the line. Yeah, yeah, repeat the line. I tell you what you need, consider it a gift. Before the brass ring is too heavy to lift, you do what I say, you get a nice looking band. You'll soon have the critics eating out of your hand. And don't forget the breakdown. Who wants to hear your politics, you foaming at the mouth? Forget about playing anywhere, even near the South. Maybe out in Oregon, they're still hugging trees. But here we just as soon not think about the world, so please, if you feel you must spout off about your day, could you do it in that pleasing, androgynous sort of way? And sing it up high, no higher, sensitive hair. You're beautiful, it's true. And then repeat the line, 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 repeat the line. Repeat the line, repeat the line. Repeat the line, 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 repeat the line.
Eight-line machine and a sailor's daughter. Something makes them crazy growing up on the water. I'm playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter, and New Year's Eve. 410 walls, now there ain't much left. Looking like a homeless cheers on meth. Homers in the corner breaking up a fight. Good Lord, I hope I get a paid tonight. I got a gig, baby. Burnt fried chicken and a Lone Star beer. Cops and the kids drink free round here. girl behind the bars, taking what she's given, lying about her past and trying to make a living. A broke pool table, some hard luck cues. Go tell your mama I done paid my dues. Everyone around here knows my name. 6 nights a week in the neon flame. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. There's an old lion tamer parked behind the bar. 100 pounds of weed in a stolen car. Oil patch boys and girls who went to college. Rules you don't break and laws that ain't acknowledged. Barefoot shrimper with a pistol up his sleeve. Some will go to heaven, some will never leave. Pills in the tip jar, blood on the strings. Oh Lord, I never thought I'd see these things. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Machine and a sailor's daughter. There's something makes them crazy growing up on the water. Playing for my supper 6 nights a week. Hurricanes, Easter and New Year's Eve. I got a gig, baby. I got a gig. Gig, baby.
Yet another late night drive. Tell me, brother, can you keep it between the lines? Got so far to go, feel like going slow. Don't even bother to read the signs. Kicking it like a chicken, it just getting it and flicking it, just doing what you can to stay away. Dipping it and sipping it, tailgate birdie flipping it. Flashing over the trucker with the stinky brakes. Because we're hipped up on goofballs, gotta look out for each other. Hipped up on goofballs, them sisters and them brothers. Hipped up on goofballs, we own this late night road. Hipped up on goofballs, hollered the mother load. Wee-hee-hee. Wee-hee. Wee-hee-hee. Yet another late night cruise. One with the wheel doesn't pay our dues. Still so far to go, feel like going slow. It's just 1 mile closer to the snooze. Rocking it, never stopping it, just a Captain Kirk and Spocking it. Transforming the road into the holodeck. Crunching it and punching it, casually lunching it, wishing I could play like Bela Fleck. Because we're hipped up on goofballs, gotta look out for each other. Hipped up on goofballs, them sisters and them brothers. Hipped up on goofballs, we on this late night road. Hipped up on goofballs, hauling the mother load. Wee-hee. Wee-hee. Yet another 10 weeks away from home. Market smothered, cussing the dead cell phone. Still so far to go. Feel like I threw it going slow. Feel like I knew what it's like to be a rolling stone. Alfalfa and Spanky all dressed up looking swanky, hallucinating on the back of a diesel Mac, singing it and ringing it, show up and cha-chinging it, lightless slice through eternal black. Because we're hepped up on goofball, gotta look out for each other. Hepped up on goofball, them sisters and them brothers. Hepped up on goofball, we on this late night road. Hepped up on goofballs, hollering the mother low. Wee hee hee, wee hee, wee hee hee, wee hee, wee hee hee, wee hee, wee hee, wee hee.
So, a lot of times I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I like to sleep with my guitar next to the bed, because then if a song idea comes to me, I'll just start writing it down. And so I was waking up and I had to go pee, so I came up with this whole thing about this opening line as I was walking. It said, "You be peeing in a bottle, you can't see through the fog, you know, a trucker jackknifed and the snow up ahead for sure. The radar got you clocked at 87 and a 55, and the cops all want to search your car because they think you're high." And I said, man, there's a song in there. I gotta always do that intro. You be peeing in a bottle and you can't see through the fog. You know a trucker jackknifed in the snow up ahead for sure. Radar got you clocked at 87 and a 55. Cops all want to search your car because they think you're high. Finally reached the club and they got no posters up. Play to 12 people, half a puking in a cup. Sell 2 CDs, give another 6 away. You're hoping that somebody has a place where you can stay. Got a 10-hour drive in the morning, don't sweat it. Keep thinking about the gig last night, you wish you could forget it. Listen to a podcast, a radio lab. Try to call your mom, but end up yelling at your dad. Car needs gas, so you're pulling to the come and go. The Weather Channel says that you're about to hit some snow. Sell 1 CD, give another 8 away. To add insult to injury, you had to pay to play. You're a folk singer, folk singer. You're a washed up punk, still a dead ringer. For a folk singer, you're a folk singer for sure. The club owner says you should have played it last week, 'cause right now it's finals and no one makes a peep. He wishes that the money could have been a lot more. The deal was only for a small percentage of the door. $27 and a couple foreign bills. Tried to pass the hat, but everyone was high on pills. Play a new song, no applause, just crickets. Bartender says they'll give you 2 drink tickets. You're a folk singer, folk singer. You're a washed up punk, still a dead ringer. For a folk singer, you're a folk singer for sure. You get a good offer for a gig in Atlanta, but the airline send your guitar all the way to Montana. Get a real person on the phone from United. Lose your cool and tell the dude to go bite it. Borrow a guitar to try to cool your rage. Walk into the club and someone else is on stage. Sell no CDs, the club was double booked. You never even got to play, you feel your life is overlooked. Folk singer, folk singer. You're a washed up punk, still a dead ringer. For a folk singer, you're a folk singer for sure. Finally get some sleep and there's a nice blue sky. The airlines found your guitar all the way in Dubai. Say that it'll be there for your gig in Tallahassee, but you ate some bad food, feeling kinda gassy. Get a Motel 6, wish it was the Ritz. At least you got a private place because you got the sell 5 hats, 2 CDs. Yes sir, no ma'am, thank you please. Folk singer, folk singer, yo a washed up punk. Still a dead ringer for a folk singer, yo a folk singer for sure. Finally get some good news from the booking agent dude. At the club tonight they'll give you half off on your food. Place is packed, gonna make you fee. They wouldn't even turn off the sports TV. Feel like you climbed another rung on the ladder. Yo, another day older, another day fatter. I'm a folk singer now in the pale moonlight. That's how I'm standing on stage at Mountain Stage in West Virginia tonight. 'Cause I'm a folk singer, folk singer. I'm a washed up punk, still a dead ringer. I'm a folk singer, I'm a folk singer for sure. I'm a folkity folker, I'm a Bram Stoker joker, I'm a vampire smoker, I'm a motherfucking folker today. Ho!
That was Steve Poltz, who will never be duplicated, with Folk Singer. We heard Keller Williams, along with Larry and Jenny Keel, performing Goofballs, Hayes Carl's I Got a Gig, Gotta Sing High by Kenny White, Would You Like to Play the Guitar by Pat Donahue, and we started this set off with Jeff Daniels singing his opening song. All this to show you that there's no business like funny business. You're listening to Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. If you have questions or suggestions for us, our email address is feedback@mountainstage.org. You can also connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, or X, and peek behind the scenes on our Instagram. You can find all those links at our website, mountainstage.org. We're nearing the end of our special episode, Funny You Should Sing That. We're going to close things out with our final segment called You Can't Be Serious. Kate Vargas seeks a cunning revenge on an oversensitive lover. Molly O'Brien and Rich Moore cover a great Dave Van Ronk tune. We hear Les Barker. Emily Miller and Zara Bodie make up the Sweetback Sisters, who do their take on a Roger Miller favorite. And Livingston Taylor performs a definitive version of the ultimate folk song. While we ended our last set with Steve Poltz singing Folk Singer, we opened this one with Cracker, singing one of the most poignant refrains about what the world needs now. Here's Teen Angst.
Sure as hell that it starts with me. That's a wisdom I've laughed at. I I don't know what the world may want, but a good stiff drink it surely don't. So I think I'll go fix myself a tall one. 'Cause what the world needs now is a new kind of tension. 'Cause the old one just bores me to death. 'Cause what the world needs now is another folk singer, like I need a hole in my head. I don't know what the world may need, but a V8 engine's a good start for me. Think I'll drive and find a place to be surly. I don't know what the world may want, but some words of wisdom could comfort us. Think I'll leave that up to someone wiser. 'Cause what the world needs now are some true words of wisdom, like la 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 la. 'Cause what the world needs now is another folk singer, like I need a hole in my head. I don't know what the world may need, and I never grasp the complexities. I'm happy just to get your attention. I don't know what the world may want, but your long sweet body lying next to mine could certainly raise my spirits. 'Cause what the world needs now is a new Frank Sinatra, so I can get you in bed. 'Cause what the world needs now is another folk singer, like I need a hole in my head. 'Cause what the world needs now, what the world needs now is another folk singer, like I need a hole in my head. 'Cause what the world needs now, what the world needs now is a new Frank Sinatra, so I can get you in bed. 'Cause what the world needs now, what the world needs now is another folk singer, like I need a hole in my head. 'Cause what the world needs now, what the world needs now is another folk singer, like I need a hole in my head.
But I'd like to take a moment. Hey, calm down, people. I'd like to take a moment and do a more traditional folk song for you, if I could. Railroad Bill was a hard-living man, used to take his women two at a time. Everyone agreed he was the baddest engineer to ever motor down the Santa Fe line. His name was known from the folks back home to the tippy-top of Telegraph Hill. And all the little boys, when they were sneaking cigarettes, would dream of the Railroad Bill. One day Bill was walking along and he saw a kitten stuck in a tree. When he saw what's the matter, he ran to get a ladder to set that kitty cat free. Bill said no, ain't gonna do it, ain't gonna climb no tree. This is a stupid song and no folk singer's going to make a fool out of me. One day Bill was walking along and he saw a kitten stuck in a tree. When he saw what's the matter, he ran to get a ladder to set set that kitty cat free. Bill said no. Ain't gonna do it, ain't gonna do what you said. This is a stupid, stupid song, and as far as I'm concerned, that cat can stay there till it's dead. I said, wait a minute, Bill, you can't argue with me. For God's sake, I just made you up. I got the pen in my hand, I want you up in that tree. I want that cat unstuck. Bill said no, I hate cats. I ain't gonna climb for no cat. Perhaps I could rescue a beautiful woman who's been tied down on the railroad track. I said maybe there'll be room in the 8th or 9th verse, but right now I want you up in that tree. I'm the writer going to, I got the pen in my hand, and you're supposed to listen to me. He said, you jerk, why should I listen to you? You should listen to me instead. I'm a railroad man, and if I were real, I'd separate your face from your head. You ungrateful brute, I cried, you have pushed me too far. I gotta show you I can do as I please. Then an earthquake came and shook the whole terrain and brought Railroad Bill to his knees. And a tidal wave broke and everything got soaked, and Bill was almost completely washed away. And a big green monster from the planet Neptune landed and bit Railroad Bill on the leg. I got the pen in my hand. I can do what I want. I'm a bright young talent on the rise. So get your ass up that tree, or I swear you're not going to get out of my folk song alive.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You don't scare me. You might be funny, but you don't scare me. If you don't leave me alone, I'm gonna tell everybody where you stole this melody. But before he could speak, his tongue fell out. He could not make a sound. He jumped on me, he grabbed me by the neck, and he pulled me to the ground. He hit me in the stomach and he hit me in the face real hard. I think he almost broke my nose. Just then a lightning bolt came out of the middle of nowhere to hit him right between the eyes and killed him instantly. The cat came down from the tree, had a bowl of warm milk, and went to sleep for the night. Railroad Bill is survived by a wife and 3 lovely children. Dear God, I love to ride.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Give me quarter, 30 cents for a ring of keys, $3.65 for a $1 bill of groceries. I'll have me a car of my own someday, but till then I need me a ride. My uncle used to love me, but she died.
My uncle used to love me, but she died. The chicken ain't chicken till it's looking good and fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Hamburger, cup of coffee, lettuce and tomato. 2 times a dime to see a man kiss an alligator. Well, one more time, round 3 on the Ferris wheel ride. My uncle used to love me, but she died. My uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken ain't chicken till it's thinking good and fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died.
aphorism. I heard about a hugging and I heard about a kissing. Well, I read about it free in a 50-cent illustrated guide.
My uncle used to love me, but she died. Well, my uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken ain't chicken till it's taken good and fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Well, my uncle used to love me, but she died. A chicken ain't chicken till it's taken good and fried. Keep on the sunny side. My uncle used to love me, but she died.
Before I do the next one, there's a word that I need to explain to you. There's an English word in it. The word is pillock. It means approximately idiot. That's as near as I can get on radio. Déjà vu. A rhyme. It is impossible to experience déjà vu for the first time. I reckon the first time déjà vu happens is the second. Déjà vu. A rhyme. It is impossible to experience déjà vu for the first time. I reckon the first time déjà vu happens is the second. I started with verse 2. Verse 1 must stay unlistened because the first time you say déjà vu, it isn't. But then, to get a little more immersed, you can't experience déjà vu twice because you didn't experience it first. To recap, déjà vu, a rhyme. I know what you're thinking. This is not the first time. 3 times and still it isn't true. How do you qualify? What do you have to do? How do you climb this mountain? Or you may think it just a hillock. You may think this man is a philosopher. Altogether, you may think this man is a pillock. I've been called a pillock before. Strange but true. When I hear the word pillock, to me, it is déjà vu. A rhyme. It is impossible to experience déjà vu for the first time. I reckon the first time déjà vu happens is the second. Then again, and this is interesting, there are those who say déjà vu is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Then they say it again. And at the risk of being a bore, if you go back to the first time déjà vu happened, you'll think, that's happened before. We should explore the supernatural, put knowledge in place of mere feeling. Edinburgh University has a chair for the paranormal. They can't get it down off the ceiling. Too many gaps in our understanding. Is time travel a thing of the past? What was the best thing before sliced bread? how long does this poem last? But to return, as to an old friend, deja vu. The end.
I blew my wad playing 7-card stud. I was playing for money, they were playing for blood. On the way back home, the big winner got mugged. Now he's just another loser like me. Losers, losers, I got took for my hooses. That chalk up crowd is growing bin bound. He's just another loser like me. See that kid sitting back at the bar. He's picking up a storm on his Martin guitar. The poor fool thinks he's gonna be a star, but he's just another loser like me. Losers, losers, some are records, some are bluesers, making disco sounds in a Hojo lounge with a bunch of other losers like me. Love has busted up this cat for sure. He's crying like a baby at his baby's door. The poor fool don't know what he's crying for. He's just another loser like me. Losers, losers, can't say no to cruisers. If she says when, he'll be back again. He's just another loser like me. There's a hobo up in heaven on the golden street. He'll panhandle every angel that he meets. He'd hawk his harp for some sneaky beat, but he's just another loser like me. Losers, losers, some are dopers, some are boozers, but all the muscatel is down in hell. He's just another loser like me. When God appeared to St. John Wayne, she said, "Hey Duke, I'm a-comin' again. Life is just a wagon train, and I'm glad you're not a loser like me. Losers, losers, 10-gallon bruisers, from Genghis Khan to the Fuller Brush Man, they're just a bunch of losers like me. From Genghis Khan to the Fuller Brush Man, they're just a bunch of losers like me."
There's not a whole lot in way of intro for this tune, except to say that it is about a bit of criminal activity, and the title of the song is 7 Inches.
Sitting in the bushes, covering my head. Look through my binoculars to see if you're in bed. Perfect night to break in, perfect night to stake out. Do my dirty business and wait for you to freak out. I've done this many times and it's not very hard to sneak around your guard dog sleeping in the yard. I wonder what you'll say when you open your eyes. By the time that I get through with you, you might be traumatized. You didn't lock your windows when the sun went down. So I broke in and moved your furniture around. I am not a burglar. I don't get off on theft. I just want to move your table 7 inches to the left. Your keys are in the fish tank. The fish tank's on the stairs. And I made a little tower out of all your kitchen chairs. I took all your paintings and hung them upside down. Yeah, I broke in and moved your furniture around. Might seem on the surface I have lost my mind. There isn't any purpose. I just like what I like. I like to watch you wonder. I like to see you frown. I like breaking in to move your furniture around. Yeah, 'cause you didn't lock your window when the sun went down. So I broke in and moved your furniture around.
Kate Vargas there with 7 Inches, Losers by Molly O'Brien and Rich Moore, Deja Vu from Les Barker, Roger Miller's My Uncle Used to Love Me But She Died, performed by the Sweetback Sisters, The Clever Tale of Railroad Bill from Livingston Taylor, and we started off with Cracker singing Teen Angst. Funny You Should Sing That was produced by Jeff Shirley, John Ingram, and Patrick Stevens, with Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Mountain Stage is produced by Larry Gross and Adam Harris. Senior producer is Jeff Shirley, and our associate producers are John Ingram and Mallory Richards. Production assistance by John Vesner. Seriously, why don't you go out and hear some live music wherever you are just as soon as you can? You've been listening to a special edition of Mountain Stage, live performance radio from the Mountain State of West Virginia. They Might Be Giants are going to take us out now with the educational rocker Istanbul.
Istanbul's Constantinople, now it's Istanbul. Now Constantinople, been a long time gone. Constantinople, now church of light on a moonlit night. Every gal in Constantinople lives in Istanbul. Now Constantinople, so people day. Constantinople should be waiting in Istanbul.
Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way.
So take me back to Constantinople.
No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone.
Constantinople, why did Constantinople get the worst?
That's nobody but the truth. Istanbul. Even old New York was once New Amsterdam. Why they changed it, I can't say. People just liked it better that way.
Well, take me back to Constantinople.
No, you can't go back to Constantinople. Been a long time gone to Constantinople. Why did Constantinople get the worst? That's nobody's business but the day. Istanbul.
The opinions of the guests on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of Mountain Stage or West Virginia Public Broadcasting, but they might.
Support for Mountain Stage is provided by Bailey & Glasser and by the West Virginia Tourism Office. This is NPR.